Is it time, Joe?
It's time, bud.
It's time. We're
Probably a
live,
little past time, but fashionably late.
right?
We're okay.
You're gonna leave this barely in frame so people can
Yeah,
see
like
it.
let's do some teasers, right?
Not really know what it is. No. So, how was your day, man? What did you do
Great.
today? Right?
Great.
Just like floating from behind.
No, dude, I didn't do too much. My little one's sick. Came home to 100.3 degrees temperature, so kind of just chilled with her, after the old 9 to 5, and just kind of hung out. Watched a little bit of did some research on some projects that we have coming up. I guess we could call it that.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about that too, by the way.
It'll be good.
Yeah, that's gonna be super dope, super cool.
We've got some cool things going on, man.
What about you? What have you gotten into today? You've been pretty busy, man. As always.
Today was like a catch-up day because yesterday was a chaotic day. Had my daughter getting some caps and a tooth pulled yesterday. They had to put her under for that, so that was like nuts.
That's always scary, isn't it?
No, it was wild. It was wild. But I talked to a couple cool companies, and I'm definitely looking forward to what's coming. We've got a number of different things on the pipeline, but I real quick want to shout out somebody. You know them well, Joe.
Oh, do I?
Because they were ones trying to put together the care package for you after all your stuff got broken into. And you lost all that stuff. You don't remember that?
Oh, is this Mr. Watt?
Tim
Watt-Lee? That's
this
right.
Thing, he sent
what did
these.
you get? Oh, dude, the weird popper thing.
Yeah, dude. Like I want to know what kind of action this has. Like I guarantee you it swims. I bet you anything.
Is it like a wake? It's like a wake bait.
Could it be? Could it be? It's got these vector tornadoes on it. Those things are sick.
Thank you, Ryan. You have a nice looking hat in your profile.
You know what? I'll wear the hat too, Ryan. If you talk, oh, dude, Ryan was supposed to come through on Sunday, and I think he tried to call me, but I had chaos going on.
See,
Ryan, I haven't
Ryan,
called him back.
That's
what bad friends are for.
The one time you should actually show up.
No. But I'm definitely excited for this one. Okay, like I love 1.5s. I love the whole fat body brain bait.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of deep divers, so this is like right in my wheelhouse.
That's a good pond bait too. Like most ponds.
The color, dude. The color's sick. It's like a gunmetal silver down to like this bronzish.
Ooh, it's got the little red on the throat. You didn't tell me about the red throat.
The red throat, but look at the eyes, dude.
Oh God.
Look at the eyes.
It's like an alien.
That was my excitement for this week. What's going on, Mr. Nader?
What's up, Nader? And that's exactly right, Ryan. That's why he doesn't have a hat. I actually have 3 hats. Every other day I switch them out so they don't get too dirty. Is he getting a hat? What is he doing? What is he doing?
I'm done with all you guys.
No, you're not. Come back. We have a guest. We have a friend. You can't leave all your friends.
There. You happy, Ryan?
Oh. No. There it is. There it is. Oh, man.
No, so we have an awesome guest tonight. Mr. Dean Miller.
That's right. We met him at ICAST.
What's that?
We met him at ICAST. What a weird year it's been. It's almost coming up on a year, isn't it?
It's been nuts, man. It really has, and there's been a lot of great relationships. This being one of them.
One of the major, huge ones, and
you've seen us talk about it quite a bit. This pesky,
this lifesaver, this lifesaver.
It's 100% just the best bug spray out there. It keeps everything away, like things that you didn't even know you wanted to keep away. It keeps away.
Yeah. Okay? You're gonna put this on and not realize how bothered you were by bugs. That's how awesome this is, and it's much more than just a bug spray. That's the beauty.
There's a ton of other products. I've got one right here, and I've got another one right here.
Don't show them the big one just yet. Oh my gosh, for anybody who has kids, when we talk about this, oh my,
it's a game changer.
Lord. This is gold. I'll pay big dollars for this.
What are you getting, Joe?
Don't worry about it. I show love.
It's all right. Kevin showed
I'll
me
show
plenty of
love.
love.
I was gonna say yes. Kevin shows a lot of love to everybody. Shout out to
Kevin's
Kevin, man.
man.
Dude, and he ties some really cool vector tornado trebles. So reach out to Kev if you want some custom tied up, some treble hooks, man. He'll hook you up all day long.
Oh yeah.
But
let's get
I
this
want to
party
dive
started,
in.
man. Let's get Dean in here. We got a little segment from Power Pole.
And we'll bring Mr. Dean on.
Things you let me see. Things you let me see.
The man.
What's up, Mr. Dean?
What is going on, Dean? How are you doing?
I feel like I don't have a hat. Where's the guy with the hat?
Ryan, we need another hat. Dude, this hat is getting so much attention. I don't know why.
It's the diamond, man.
Everybody wants one, man. You gotta have that diamond fishing product.
I see the diamond, man. That's it.
It is the shit, Dean. We can say that. It's 2022.
I didn't know if we could say it on.
It's after 8:30. We've
yeah.
adopted 8:30 as after hours.
Yeah, I didn't know if this was a kid show or not.
We're on it, so I guess so, right? Oh, mail him a hat. Oh, Ryan, you better talk to the boss
Ryan's
over there.
getting called out now. No,
call Richardson now.
So, Dean, tell everybody who you are and how you got to be in this area of your life that we call Pesky.
Wow, that's a long story. All right, well, who am I? So the story goes like this. Let's go back about 3 years. I was the vice president for a pharmaceutical company called Paradigm Pharmaceuticals. I had an office on New York City on 42nd and 5th Avenue, right on the corner overlooking Bryant Park. And things were going well. And then at that same time, my wife, she was working in the medical field and she wanted to kind of do her own thing. Her family's from Puerto Rico and her great aunt passed away. And my wife went over to help clean the house up and stuff. And her cousin gave her a notebook which had all these food recipes, but in there was a recipe for mosquitoes and a recipe for pain. My wife called me up at the office when she got home and she goes, I just text you a recipe. I want you to look at it. And I looked at it and I was like, it's interesting, and I called a friend of mine who does formulations and natural products who I've known for quite a while and basically shared the recipes with him. And his take was, it's interesting, but what do you want the product to do? And so I went through some of the things that I would love in a bug repellent. And the first thing was I need something that's actually good for your skin, that feels good on your skin, has some kind of benefit, but also works for multiple species of insects. And we worked on it for a little while. We came up with a formula. We tested it. And that's where this began, from this little recipe out of Puerto Rico and developed into this product. For the first year my wife and I spent going in the field, testing it, giving it to family, friends, letting them test it. We were up in New York and New Jersey, so we tested in Long Island and the Great South Bay on greenhead flies and mosquitoes. In New Jersey, we tested on ticks, mosquitoes, gnats, you name it, because Jersey is like the bug capital.
Oh, they got summertime. Having lived in South Jersey, I know all about that. Ticks,
I would never think that. I would never think that, but it worked.
It worked for a lot of different species. So once we knew we had something that worked, then we got some work. Will it sell? And we came up with the name and started putting it online and going to small stores in New Jersey, based in New Jersey, New York, got it in about 40 stores, and it sold like crazy. So things were pretty interesting, but I still had my vice president job. My wife was still working in the medical field. Well, COVID hit. And for many people, COVID's been a disaster. For us, it kind of actually helped us out. When COVID hit, my mother company was in Thailand. And they were like, you know what, Dean? We're pulling all our offices back to Thailand. You and your wife can move to Thailand or you're out of a job. Well, my wife said there's no way we're going to Thailand. I looked at my wife. We had an opportunity down here in Sarasota. I said, hey, want to go to Sarasota? And I was like, okay, let's do it. So we came down here. My intent was to get another executive job back in the field. I've been doing it for 30 years. So that was my original intent. But my wife's intent was a little different. I said, I'll help her out. I started going to stores in the Sarasota area, Siesta Key, Anna Maria Island, Venice. And we started getting it in the stores right away. And they were selling out within days. At the same time, we rode past Coquina Beach, which has a farmer's market. And my wife wanted to do this farmer's market. And I was like, farmer's market? I mean, how many people are going to buy bug spray? Well, little did I know the first day in the farmer's market, we'd sell 60 bottles. And from there, it would just keep growing. And so we added that into our little mix. And it turned into be an interesting little business to start. Once we got started, kept going and going. Now we're in over 300 stores. We just signed 2 fairly large distributors. We have 2 other very, very large distributors about to be signed, and we're still doing the farmers market. We recently opened a store in the Meadows, selling a general store, and things are going very well.
That in a nutshell is awesome, man.
So I work 7 days a week, about 20 hours a day, and make about $8 every 2 hours. So I'm below minimum wage, but it's okay.
Oh, it's good. It's going up too. Don't worry, Dean. It's going up. I promise you.
Right?
No,
everything was fine until the gas prices changed. But
dude, they're climbing at a daily rate.
I know. I don't even want to, but we're holding the price of our bug spray. So our bug spray has not risen the price.
That's good. That's right. That's good. So I mean, it's a very, very versatile product, and it's got a lot of cool, additives to it. The lemongrass, cedarwood, eucalyptus, rosemary. I mean, there's a ton of stuff.
Well, that's what makes
us go on for hours talking about this stuff. And
not to cut you off, but that's what kind of makes us different from the other bug sprays. People ask me all the time, look, the biggest thing I get is I've tried everything, nothing works, it's all the same. And I get the pleasure of telling people, you know what, we have something different, try it. If you don't like it, I'll give you your money back. And I never have to give money back. Couple of things. One is we have the most active ingredients of any product on the market. We have 15 active ingredients. Every other product on the market has 1 to 3 actives. So people are like, well, what does that mean? Well, not only will our product work for multiple species, mosquitoes, no-seams, fire ants, ticks, hornets, chiggers, you name it, but our product will work on, I tell everyone, on colonies of species. So take a colony of mosquitoes. Just because they're mosquitoes doesn't mean they're going to respond to what we expect them to. So say that group of mosquitoes is not responding to citronella. Well, usually you're out of luck. But with our product, they don't respond to citronella. We'll get them with cedarwood, or we'll get them with lavender, or we'll get them with patchouli. We'll get them with something else.
Yeah.
And that's why our product's been more consistent than any other product out there. And that's one of the things that makes it special. And then you add on one of the nice things that my sportsmen like, my fishermen, my hunters, you spray it on, it dries on your skin within seconds. You spray it on your clothing, it doesn't stain your clothes. That other stuff you spray on, it's like spraying on an oil grease thing. Everything you touch sticks to you. If you're on the beach, it's got sand all over you. So we stand out in a number of different ways, and that's why people love our product.
That is killer.
Yeah, it's killer. I use it every outing, Dean. I've even done little tests. I was outside on a meeting call, and I don't know if Andrew told you, but there was a line of ants walking, right? You know how they make a little line, and I was like, no way. And I was just kind of fiddling with it, just had it. And I'm weird. I like the way it smells. So it smells great, guys. It's not like chemical. It smells amazing. So I spray right in the middle of that line of ants, and Dean, I kid you not, dude, they freaking go around like that area that's been sprayed. Like they cannot stand it. They made a huge U-turn, and the ones that got wet, they were like freaking out. So they didn't know what was going on, and they just went around it. So,
and that's what's amazing. Like we did a test on ticks, and I have a great video online, but we literally have a tick walking and about 6 inches in front, we spray it. And you see that tick walk up to it, he's fine. All of a sudden he gets to it, he goes like this, throws his paws or whatever you want to call him up, turns around, walks the other way, and we do it again, and he does the same thing. We've tested this product over and over, and we continue to do it. We go in the field. Fire ants. We went and we threw a shrimp on top of a fire ant mound to show that the fire ants, they'll go in their mound, but they won't go anywhere near that shrimp once it's sprayed. Our whole thing is to actually show that, look, we're out there willing to prove it. Nothing's 100%, but I could say we're about 99% effective. I have a gentleman, he's a crappie fisherman from Georgia. His name's Lonnie. He owns these smoking pig or something barbecues. There are 21 barbecues up there. And I met him, and he tells me, he goes, look, I fish in all the tournaments. He goes, we have a problem with these gnats, these yellow gnats or whatever they are. He goes, they get all over your boats everywhere. You can't fish. He goes, if your product works, I'll endorse you. So I was like, okay, I don't know if it will. Give it a shot. Well, he's now big time, endorses us in all his restaurants. He's a full-fledged believer because he went out there, he was fishing. He goes, these yellow flies, gnats were everywhere. He sprayed it. They wouldn't go on his boat. He goes, I'd watch them. They'd come around, they'd fly, and they'd come up and they'd go like this and fly around me.
It's crazy. And I've experienced this with mosquitoes. They just don't come around you, but like you can see them. It's like almost like a field, like a force field. And I've never seen anything like it. I've tried the thermocell clips, all the different offs, all the what's the other one with the orange lid? I don't even know. I don't need to mention brands, but I've tried them all and I've given up. I hate the way it feels on my skin. Like you said, it doesn't dry. I'm slipping everything. It's all over my reel now. It's on my line, and I feel like that impacts, my fishing. I'm not focused.
I mean, it's a great product. And then, we continuously look to improve our line. So we don't just come out with one product and say, hey, this is it. We know, listen, we may prevent 99% of the mosquitoes coming at you, but there might be one who gets through. We don't lie or make it up. Listen, things are going to happen. So what do? We came out with our other product, which is our Itch Away product, which I don't even know if you guys talked about it at all, but it's an amazing product. You put on this product, you get bit, and you put that on a sting, it takes the itch or pain away from the sting immediately. It's another natural product, works on arnica, camphor, tea tree oil. It's got great ingredients, but you put it on, and within a couple of seconds, the itch is gone for 4 or 5 hours. And the best part, I met you guys at ICAST.
Right.
And the best part about ICAST was the first day there, I gave out a couple hundred samples. I had all these guys telling me, oh, I try everything. Nothing works. It's all bull crap. And the next day, I had guys coming up willing to give me videos saying, I can't believe it. I used your spray. I had one kid come up. He fishes in Orlando. I don't know exactly where, but he came up and he was so excited because he goes, listen, I wore shorts and a T-shirt and I went into the marsh to fish in Orlando. He goes, I did it purposely because I wanted to test your product. And he goes, I cannot believe that I didn't get bit.
Unreal.
So, and I had another guy come up with the Itch Away. His wife got bit while they're in the hotel. He goes, my wife's scratching, itching, carrying on. He goes, I gave it to her. I said, look, I don't know if it works. He goes, she put it on. She goes, oh my God, you got to get me more of that. So this is, we constantly try to bring out stuff that's actually works.
And
we try to keep it at a price that's reasonable.
It does, and it is. You're right in line with any other product. Way more bang for your buck. I mean, this is still. Is this the one? This isn't the one, but I have another one that I did get from ICAST. I've only had to use it a few times because this works so damn good. I got girls that love to go outdoors. And Andrew, you have a story about the Itch Away gel. I have one too, but yours is funny.
My daughter, she was walking down by the pond wearing flip-flops, and she got into a little mess of ants. She got like 2 or 3 decent ant bites on her ankle and her foot. And I tried this, and she's crying. I mean, she's like bawling her eyes out, screaming, just hurting. and more or less just focused on it. Well, I put this on it and I'm talking to her, and the next thing I know, she's just playing again. I said, Emmy, you okay? She's like, what? What? She just goes about her business. Like, it completely took everything away within a matter of seconds. And then as soon as she like mentally calmed down, she didn't even remember that she got bit. Didn't even realize it.
Yeah, I tell everyone, I go, look, we're one of the best direct-to-consumer tested products. My wife loves to do these farmers markets here in Sarasota, and these are a big deal. I mean, we have a market we do on Sundays that draws 7,000 to 9,000 people every Sunday over a 5-hour period. So I tell everyone, these are people, not only tourists, they're both tourists and locals, but they come up to our booth all the time looking for a product. But the best is when you get a tourist come up, they have 30 no-see-em bites. They're scratching, they're bleeding. And all I do is I take out that little bottle and I say, look, here, try a little bit. If it works for you, you know it's going to work. The minute they put it on, within seconds, they're like, you know what, I'll take 5 bottles. I'll take 6 bottles. I'll take 8 bottles. They go crazy over it. It's that good of a product. And
we got a question down here real quick, Dean. Sorry to interrupt. We got Spencer Smith. Will it help someone who's allergic to ant bites at all?
Yeah, it will help with as far as any kind of itch. As far as taking
that poison out, right? Like,
yeah, in other words, what I've noticed with the ant bites is that it'll take the itch down. So like if your son gets bit and he's allergic, and it's really itchy and bothering him, it'll take that itch or pain of the sting away, but it's not going to change necessarily the swelling and the pus from changing.
Yeah, that kind of.
It does help a little bit with inflammation, but I can't promise you that it's going to take that inflammation down 100% if you're allergic. And it all depends also on how allergic is he. Some people are allergic where, they get bit, they swell up. It's very quick, very simple. Others get bit and they almost need a, what do you call it?
A shot, right?
Right.
So, I don't want to make promises. The best thing I can say, it's an inexpensive investment to try and see if it takes the itch down for your son. If that's one of the problems of the pain, you're halfway there.
Yeah, this will definitely stop itching. I know that for a fact, Spence. My 9-year-old she gets allergic, like you were talking, Dean. It's not really, she doesn't go into shock or anything like that. But man, she swells up and she itches. She itches so bad it almost scabs up. The first thing she does, I get her every other weekend. The first thing she said, Dad, you got any of that mosquito stuff? And so like she'll start, she uses it. She's 9 years old. And it definitely helps with her scratching. And now she doesn't have as many little like scratches. You know what I mean?
It'll help to prevent that. I don't promote anything as medicine, So when it comes to allergic, my whole thing with anybody who's allergic to bug bites, depending on how allergic you are, will depend on what you need to do. My products I would never promote and say, hey, if you're allergic, you got no problems, just use my products. They may help prevent you from getting bit. They may help the itch go down. But listen, there's some people who get bit. They need, they need the pen or whatever, to deal with that.
And Spence, I mean, go ahead and start with the bug away spray.
This might be a great precautionary.
Dude, and I soak my feet with this. I do a lot of bank fishing. And what's on the bank? Ants, right? All over. And I don't get bit anymore, Spence. This is some good stuff. Rub it on your feet, rub it up his legs, and they don't like this, man. I'm telling you.
They don't like it. We have a golfer who tried it, who used to get bit. He was a neighbor of mine. And that was one of our first live test patients. His legs were chewed up. And he said every time he goes on the golf course, he gets chewed up. We gave him a bottle, and he came back to me 3 weeks later, asked me to smell his fingers, which I told him, I don't do that stuff.
What's that all about?
And then he told me, he goes, I just wanted you to know I use your product every day. It works. I haven't gotten bit since using your product. It definitely helps prevent bites. And if you use it properly, like I tell everyone, you got to use it properly. You got to spray down. It doesn't stain your clothing. If you're trying to keep no seams off you got, spray away. You don't have to go thick. You don't have to like spray but you got to get coverage to keep them away.
Yeah.
You're trying to keep the fire ants off. Definitely spray your legs, your ankles. I tell people who get bit in certain areas, some people, the bugs will concentrate on their ankles or concentrate in a certain area. I say put extra there because obviously that's your sweet spot. But it
Yeah.
seems for everybody to have a positive effect. I mean, I had one guy come to me one day kidding around. He said, it was funny. I want to complain. He was at a market. It was at Coquina Beach Farmers Market. I said, what do you mean? He goes, he bought 7 bottles of my stuff. He goes, it didn't work. And I go, what do you mean it didn't work? He goes, it didn't work for me. So I said, all right, I'll give you your money back. He goes, no, I don't want my money back. He goes, it worked for my other 6 family members. It just, with me, instead of having 30 bites, I had about 3. So I said, all right.
Oh my God, bro, I'll take that all day long.
And he started cracking up. He goes, it helped.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be 100% for everyone.
Right.
It's, but it will work if you use it correctly for most people. We've had now enough people out there. We've sold over 25,000 bottles. So there's enough people out there that have tested the product.
Yeah.
So we know that the product works pretty consistently.
And I'm sure at these markets you get to know, some of your consumer base. And do you see a lot of repeat faces? I'm assuming
they all come back. I
Right.
mean, I can tell you story after story. Not last week, because last week was a rain out because of the Sunday, but the week before,
Yeah, what was that? That was crazy.
I had a great couple come back to me. The week before that, they bought a tiny bottle, one of my small bottles.
Right.
And they come back, and the husband and wife walk up, and he's like, yeah, we want to buy some more. We bought your bug spray last week, and it works. And his wife goes, wait, are you going to tell him? And the husband goes, what do you mean? She smacked him in the back of his head. She goes, if you don't tell him, I'm going to tell him. And he's like, well, your product worked. And she goes, no, it's not the story. So the story was they were in Florida. They went hiking in one of the parks. She had our bottle, and he brought a bottle of off. And she goes, I'm walking behind him, and he's spraying his off, saying this is better. And she goes, all of a sudden, I see him smacking himself in the head, and the arm, and the neck. She goes, and I'm sitting there walking behind. I sprayed your stuff on, and I'm just walking. Next thing I know, he turns around. He's like, they're not bothering you? He goes, nope. And he goes, well, I want some. Let me use some of yours. She goes, no, you wanted the off. You're going to use the off. And he goes, she made me suffer for about 15 more minutes, and then she gave me your stuff. He goes, I put it on. He goes, and you know what? He goes, I didn't get bothered the whole time. They came back and spent like $85 in bug spray.
Wow.
Big bottles, little bottles. I'm like, hey.
Dude, it's amazing. Like it's in my truck. Every bag I have that I know I'm going to go outdoors on, there's a bottle in there. I have this. The funny thing is this works so well. Like I said, that bottle, this size bottle that I got from you from iCasting is still being used to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you have this is very secondary, for like the little ones that do get through.
Right.
And then we have our last product that we just launching now, which we're still checking out what it can do, but it's interesting. It's a little different. It's a little garlic, citronella, camphor, cinnamon mixed in a non-ionic surfactant, which is like dish soap or laundry detergent. Anyway, this stuff you spray it around your countertops, your yard, wherever you want to keep bugs away, and it seems to be doing exactly that, getting those bugs to get out of a certain area. We made that product because we have farmers that are buying it in concentrated form from us. They use it to stir up the bugs so that they leave the crops and the soil, and then they hit them with insecticides. Because one of the problems the farmers have is they spray insecticides. If they don't stir the bugs up, the bugs just bunker down and they survive. But you spray this stuff, the bugs hate it, so they get up and they get to going out, and then they hit them with insecticide and kill them.
That is so
a 1-2 punch, man.
What a move! Shout out to the farmers. That's smart, man. Farmers are smart.
They are.
Dude.
So we
That's amazing.
So we turned it into a bottle with unconcentrated, so that anybody could take it and spray it around. I've been using it on ghost ants in my, I hate to say it, I'm clean. My house is clean, but I have these darn little ghost ants that show
welcome
up.
to Florida, dude. No one can escape them.
Who knew? But I spray the countertops with it, and it cuts it down from seeing about 30 of them to seeing one every now and then. So
yeah,
it seems to have an effect. Not perfect, but a pretty good effect. And I have other people spraying it in their lanais on their screens and stuff to keep out the no-see-ums, and it seems to be
That's
effective.
a good idea. It's a good idea. Go ahead.
You remember the other day, Dean, when I told you about the fruit flies?
Yeah, did you try it?
I did.
Didn't work?
They're gone.
Oh.
Out of there. Completely gone.
You did have
Oh,
a fly problem too in your garage, didn't you?
No, well, that was different. There was a trash bag that got left under something, and there was like some meat in there, and the maggots just went crazy, and there was
These
literally
flies were
like
2 inches
500
long.
flies. I had one of those bug assault guns, and I just started going to town. Allison's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm having a blast. Like, this is awesome."
Oh, I had it. So same story. You know those green flies, the poop flies. I call.
Oh, ugh.
One day I walk in my garage, they're all over my window, thousands of them. And I'm like, I'm looking at it, go, wow, what am I gonna do? You know, and I don't like to really kill anything I don't have to kill. I call me, you know, whatever. If I'm fishing and I'm gonna eat it, I'll kill it. But if I'm not gonna eat it, it goes back.
Just throw it back.
Right.
What the heck?
So I'm seeing these flies, I'm looking at them, I'm going, what am I gonna do? And I just happened to have a bottle of my pesky was there. So I opened up the doors, I started spraying the window, and these darn things couldn't stand it. They jumped off the window and started flying around the garage and out one door, out the other door. Within about 10, 15 minutes, they were gone. 1,000 flies gone. I was like, well, looks like they don't like pesky too much.
Dude,
Well, I should have met you before I had the flies in the garage.
Yeah. Dude, no bugs like pesky. The same deal when I hit those ants that were in that line. The ones that got hit didn't know what. I've never seen ants react that way. I know they move on like their scent, correct? And so it must have messed that up too, because the ones that got hit were like they were out of there, dude, and they never got back in line. And the other ones were like, oh, and they just freaking went around. It's so crazy, and it was like instant. It wasn't like 5 minutes later. It was like within seconds. So I know not a lot of bugs like this.
It's an interesting product. You know, I tell everyone, you know, the best part about it is it's safe. The amount of ingredients that, you know, when you look at the percentages, one thing I tell everyone is, you know, you got a lot of natural products out there. And one thing people don't understand, they're like, oh, essential oils. And I'm like, look, essential oils at certain percentages are deadly. Just about every one of them. If you look at that stuff, they advertise on TV, Zevo, I think it's called. It's sold at Home Depot and all that.
Yeah.
And it's sold because it kills bugs. Well, it's a couple, about 4 different essential oils in very high concentrations, 5, 6, 7%. And you spray it on the bugs and it kills them. I mean, essential oils is not necessarily healthy.
Nothing to play around with, yeah.
So I tell everyone, you know, what we've done is we've taken percentages that are so low, less than 0.5%, some 0.25%. And we're able to combine them to just get enough of what we need to keep the bugs away. We're not out there to kill them.
Yeah.
We just don't want them around.
Yeah, just get away.
Not
Leave us alone.
And then we've taken other ingredients that are actually good for your skin. And that's where this whole thing, like I tell people when they come up to me and they're like, well, what about little kids? And I go, look,
that's
you don't
the
want
best thing for them.
It's great, but you don't want to spray it on their hands because kids will rub their eyes. It'll irritate your eyes like soap would or anything else. But I tell everyone, for kids, this is the best product because you spray it on them. One is you can spray their clothing, which means they're not going to get that anywhere. But if you spray it on their skin, on their arms, on their legs, it's going to dry so quickly that they're not going to have the problem of touching it and then touching their eyes. So it's a great product for kids. We put it on our dog. We put it on her paws for the fire ants. We don't slather her in it, but we put a little bit just to, you know, get her the coverage. I tell people all the time, with animals, you don't have to spray them heavy. Just put a little on your hands, rub them down. But it seems to help.
Yeah, it definitely helps. Now, Kevin has a question here. It seems like his wife's highly allergic to lavender. That's in the product for sure.
It is. There is lavender. It's actually about 0.25%. It's a tiny percentage. The product is hypoallergenic, but with people who are highly allergic, if you're going to try the product, try it in a small area just to see if you have a reaction to it. And I have people who try it all the time. I have people with coconut allergies, and because we have some coconut oil in there. So my suggestion is if she doesn't try it, I understand. They want to try it.
Sure.
Try a small spot. Just see if you have any reaction. If you don't, you're going to be fine. The amount of lavender is so small it probably won't affect you. But again, you got to be cautious.
Right.
And Kevin, hey, if anything, bud, I got a couple extra bottles. I'll send you one just so you guys can try it out and let us know how it works. Okay, if you're still
And she
with
can
us.
just try it on a small spot on her hand. That'll tell very quickly if it's going to have any kind of
Any
allergic. It is
effect, yeah.
hypoallergenic, so she shouldn't have a problem with it, but you never know.
Yeah, and I got my buddy Caleb here chiming in. Yeah, this definitely saved us one night on Lake Placid, Dean. That sun went down, and the mosquitoes came down with it, man. And dude, we were just freaking like crazy. I'm like, oh, the pesky, and I was like all over, dude. You can put this on your face, guys. It just keeps them completely off you, and you don't even know it's on you. Like that's the best thing, like you said.
It's the one you need.
Yeah,
Joe.
I mean it's awesome. I understand. I'm a fisherman. Listen. The last thing I think of when I go fishing is bug spray. Always been. I'm always thinking bait or lure or. Oh man, I need to go to the store. I'm gonna get this lure. Oh, check out that pretty lure. Yeah, that thing's gonna work. You're always thinking for the fish. You're never thinking the bug spray. Matter of fact, bug spray is probably the last thing. When you think of bug spray, right after you get bit for the 5th time.
Yeah,
saying,
when you don't have it. When you don't freaking have it, is when you're like, oh, I wish I had some bug spray.
And then you're sitting there going, I wish my wife would have thrown some in the bag or something. But the last thing we think about is bug spray. And I understand, but when you go into these stores and you see that pesky, hey, buy a bottle, throw it in your bag. There'll be a time you're going to pull it out and say,
yeah,
good move.
It's always in my bag now. And again, I stopped thinking about it because they all didn't work. For me personally, that's my personal experience. All the offs and everything, I've spent a lot of money on that stuff, and it just never works. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to suck it up and hope I don't get West Nile. But I mean, I ran across this. I immediately that next day, I'm like, Andrew, we got to go see Dean, bro. He's like, bug spray. I was like, dude, trust me, we got to go see Mr. Dean.
Yeah, I mean, people, like I said, it's one of those things you don't think about until you need it.
God, dude,
it's good. Same thing with the itch away. I mean,
it's almost all I think about now is the bug spray.
It's like the itch way. No one thinks of, oh, itch away. What? Let me tell you, you get bit and you start sitting scratching. You're like, oh, I wish what can I use? I'll use anything. And you scratch until you rip it off your arm.
Yeah.
Yep. It does work.
Now you have a product actually you can put on there and be like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm good.
For kids, for those who have kids, man, moms, dads, anybody who has kids,
right there.
Get this. This is going to save you a lot of crying. And like
it will. It's a great little product to have. It's great to throw in a bag. They're small enough to throw in bags, so you can carry them around.
These are the smaller bottles. There's really no reason you shouldn't be having this somewhere.
No, not at all.
And you're going to be hearing a lot more about it. I mean, like I said, we're signing with a number of different distributors. We're part of Crappy USA. They're promoting it like crazy. Matter of fact, I got to send them over a bunch of product because the deal I made with them, they want to hand it out to everyone because the guy who runs Crappy USA can't believe how great the product works in Kentucky.
Nice.
We're part of we got a guy right now on the Amazon filming.
Nice.
A whole big film. We sent him a bunch of product. He's like, don't worry, we're going to have Pesky because it's the only thing that works out here. I'm like, on the Amazon, that'll be interesting.
Dude, there's like bugs that weigh like 3 pounds flying around out there. Like
Spencer was talking earlier about flamingo.
Oh my
and if anyone's familiar with flamingo down there, going to snake bite everywhere in that area, you're going to get carried away.
Listen, the Everglades. I mean, I had a guy who owns a hotel down there tell me nothing works and blah blah blah. He took my product down, and about a month later, I hear back from him. He goes, "Oh my God, I've never had a product that worked in the Everglades." And now, we're down in Everglades City. People carrying it. It's good. It's not perfect, but it's good.
Right. And I mean, this is the 1-2 punch, guys. You can't beat it. It's small enough. It doesn't take much to store this anywhere. I mean, what two size of 2 lures in your tackle box? That's all it takes, guys. Yeah. And when those mosquitoes come down on you, you're gonna remember this live feed and be like, "Damn, Joe was right. I should have put it in my bag."
and don't compare it to other. Don't look back in the past and say, I use no gnats, I use no CM, I use this one, nothing worked. It is completely different.
This is something else,
I always have to point out.
Yeah,
this is something unlike, completely different.
Yeah, it's unlike anything, and it hydrates your skin. It's more like a lotion spray, and it goes away. Like it's on you, but it's not. Like I can't explain it other than that. But it works, and like you'll see them just not be around you. Like it's pretty awesome. So
I was just about to age myself, by the way, guys.
Oh.
When I said this
Don't
is
do that.
completely different, I was thinking of Monty Python when he used to come out and say, "Now for something completely different." You guys probably
I
don't
know
remember
Monty
that, but you know,
I know
at my
Monty
age,
Python.
Monty Python was a big thing. You know?
I haven't heard that name in a while, Dean.
Yeah, well, like I
Yeah.
said, I'm a little older, you know.
It's okay, Dean. You look good for 35, man. You're
You know,
killing
but
it.
Monty Python, you know, was a big thing back then.
There you go. There you go.
No, but Dean, I greatly appreciate your time and your
Absolutely.
product, man. It's definitely changed my life for sure. I mean, and I don't mean that sarcastically, man. This has definitely changed my life. I could stay out longer. I can focus longer. I can night fish better. It's helped my kids' life. You know, everybody around me's life that's even experienced this. If you can turn some of these hard-headed fishermen around to start wanting to use bug spray, you've done something. Because we are hard-headed. We're manly man. I don't even know bug spray, but when Joe's over there chilling and you're over there slapping yourself, I'm like, come on, bro. And they're like, oh yeah, let me get some more of that there, you know?
Dude,
So
the worst thing,
it's working.
the worst thing about fishing is when you're not catching and the bugs are bad and you can't focus on what you need to do to start catching because you're too busy swatting. This
It's
will
true.
help you. This will help you focus 100%.
It's
Yes, sir.
true.
Yes, sir. Well again, thank you, Dean. We appreciate you, you know, to the moon and back, bud.
Great. Well, thanks for having me on. I enjoyed it, and I look
Yeah.
forward to speaking with you guys again.
Yes, sir. We'll have to come see you
Absolutely.
at your shop. Well, what's the address to your
Oh,
shop?
you
look?
should. Wait, I got a quick story before you guys let me go.
Yeah. We got time. What's
So
up?
I'm closing my store. So my store is in a little community, but right behind my store is this pretty, you know, decent sized little pond lake thing, you know. And so some guy was walking behind fishing, and yeah, I'm watching him. Next thing I know, he's like, "Oh my God!" He's reeling in. He caught a 6-pound bass right behind my store, which was pretty sweet.
What?
Yeah, I was
wonder what-
actually shocked. I was like 6 pounds. You know.
I wonder what else is back. Now you got me. Now you got
Well,
me.
we got gators. I mean, they sit on my
Nice.
right behind my store all the time. But I knew there was some decent sized fish in there, but I didn't know there was a 6-pound bass.
like
floating
that kind
around,
of size, right?
which makes
You
me now
never
think
know,
I
dude.
probably should be
all
casting
these
a
little
more.
ditches and stuff is what I grew up fishing, man. Like little retention ponds behind Publix and stuff. I'd go fish, and there, dude, 8-pound bass in there, dude. You'd never
Oh,
think.
you'd be shocked, right?
Yeah, Florida. You never know. But Dean, again, thanks, bud. We appreciate your time, man. You have a great night, and we'll get you back
Great,
on
you
soon
guys, thank you.
and talk some more. Okay.
Awesome,
Have a good night,
guys.
Dean.
Thank you very much.
Take care, bud. Dean, bro.
Well.
I can't believe how hype I'm getting about bug spray, but it's amazing stuff, man.
It's legit, dude.
Like I can believe
It
it
is
because
legit.
how awesome it really is. You know, it's like
There used
works.
to be this product a long time ago, and I don't remember what it was called, but it was a product similar to this. This was back in like 2011, 2012. I got a sample from a Florida Sportsman show.
I think I know what product you're speaking of.
I don't remember. It was like
Is it
bug-
Sunset?
No, it's not Sunsect. This was before Sunsect.
Oh, even before.
Well, before
that.
Sunsect went mainstream.
Yeah.
But I forget what it was called, but it was like bug off or something like that, or
Was it
I don't
Bug Be Gone?
what's that?
Was it Bug Be Gone?
No, I
Either
don't
way,
know.
go on.
But regardless, I sprayed it on myself, and we went into the backwaters of Ormond, and there was literally like a silo of bugs above my head. Like I could look up, and you could see them just swarming above my head. And I was like, "This is crazy. My buddy's getting hammered, right?" And he's like, "Dude, let me try it." So he tries it, and sure enough, the same thing happens with him. Like I'm visualized, like you could literally see just this like black dot swarm above his head. And this stuff is the first bug spray that I've tried since then that is legit along that same way.
Dude,
It
it
doesn't-
works, Kev.
doesn't
It'll stop
fall.
you from knocking yourself out. I promise. Like again, me and Caleb were fishing at Lake Placid tournament, and same print, dude. Like it was like the monkeys on the Wizard of Oz. They were like, dun, 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 dun. Like there was just so many of them, dude. And we are just like, toot, toot, toot. They're like, dude, they were like you heard them hit your like jacket. It was like, dun, 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 dun. And then, dude, we're like soaking ourselves with this stuff, you know, all on my beard and my face. And dude, it was like they were there, but like away, you know, like it force fielded you. Force fielded you.
Whatever you do, guys, don't confuse this with the other stuff.
Don't spray that on you. Or
This is like
garlic bread.
a
Like,
very garlicky citronella and will not appreciate well when it comes to the smells that you like.
Thank you, Ryan.
But in terms of taking care of stuff around the house and the yard, it's a game changer, 100%.
Yeah, some of those sprays.
It will, Spencer. It will. There's a ton of them out there. I can't
Yeah,
stand DEET either.
Oh my gosh, no, that can't be good for you.
No.
And this, like, the weird thing about this, it's not even weird. Like, it just goes into your skin. The smell is still there, which is not your classic like chemical smelling like off or DEET or anything like that, guys. It has a very nice aroma, very earthy. That lemongrass comes in strong, dude. It smells great.
Oh yeah.
God, and it's a lotion spray, okay? And you can put this everywhere. Put it on your face, ears. I rub it on my ears, my neck, everywhere, man, because the bugs are crazy down here. You guys know this. Dude, horseflies, fire ants. Bugs don't like this stuff
You
on
got
them. I don't
problems
know
with
what it does.
too. That they'll stay away.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man, but for sure, like I'm gonna do some more testing. I'm just gonna go around spraying bugs and see that like their reactions. But those ants, dude, the ones that got hit were like, oh. They moved so much faster than the other ones. The other ones were like, ugh, and just went around. But these guys were like, what do I do? It's on me. So it's crazy.
Somebody.
Well, I mean, like look at Dean when he sprayed the flies, and they were just, dude, the farmer thing, mind blown. Mind blown. That's amazing. Farmers are smart, man. Farmers will always find a way.
It's like smoking out somebody and getting them to
I
come
wonder.
out.
Now I'm curious. Did the bugs get smart to the way we were killing them? Like you said, were they like, oh, here comes a pesticide. Let's dig deep, and they can't get us. You know.
I'm sure, dude.
And now we got Dean stuff, dropping on them, and like, yeah, I can't escape it. And they fly up, and then here comes the farmer's like, and just lays them out.
I just want this stuff in like a backpack sprayer with like dual sprayers.
Dude, we should get some concentrate and for real, like go through like a meadow or something and just see what it brings up.
I'm gonna start like some like unearthed migration that hasn't happened in like decades or centuries.
Spray it on us. Yeah, I don't like spiders, Kevin. Next spider I see, I'm testing it, dude. I'll let you know because I'm not a spider fan. I do like the spider from Lunker Hunt though.
I think we might need to start a series where we just go around in first person view with this right here and just like find a bug and spray it and see what happens.
Just see what happens. Roaches can adapt. So if roaches can do it, I'll bet you a ton of bugs are the same way.
Oh, 100%.
Don't worry. Yeah, Kev, we're going to let you know. And I got some.
I got a ton of samples. I'll send them.
Send them one. Yeah, send them a couple, man. It's stuff really works, Kev. I know, like Dean said, try it on a small spot on your wife. I think that's the best way for her, just so she doesn't harm herself. If it will harm her, and if not, then use it, man. It freaking works. Mm-hmm. And then if she does, and say she can't use it, man, the itch away gel, if she does get bit by anything, is amazing. I don't know if there's lavender in this one. There's not, so she'll be good with this one, Kevin. If she does get bit, this stuff works miracles. It works on little girls' bites. So if it can shut them up, I'm buying it all. I'm buying stock in this company, okay? Because no one likes a whiny kid, especially over an ant bite. So drop this on it, and it's gonna help it. It's gonna help with that itch. So
no, that's facts. 100%.
Bug spray.
Who knew?
I know now. It's one of those things where I didn't realize. I kind of given up on it, man. For real. Like I'm like, it's all gimmick, it's all fake, it's all BS. And then I meet Dean and his wife. Awesome couple, awesome group. Oh yeah, we do, George. I'm gonna bring some tomorrow. I got some bugs that crawl in our lunchroom.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, so be ready for some freaking reels, okay? That's right.
One of them.
That's one Lynchy will get. That's my 9-year-old. Dude, that's my 9-year-old. These mosquitoes are like, they must have her like at Mosquitoes Most Wanted, dude. They just can't stay away from her. But either way, guys, this stuff is the truth. Get some, use it, store it, use it. And if you guys fish near me and you guys want to try some, by all means, stop by my boat. I'll let you spray up. I got plenty of it. And I'd love to make you a believer. I'd love to help you out. I want you to be comfortable out there and have a good time and not have to worry about mosquitoes. So, or no-see-ums, whatever it may be. But Andrew, anything else for us before we end this lovely Thursday night?
Not tonight. No, I'm
That's like, he's like, you know what? No,
I'm good.
I'm stopping. I'm freaking
good. I'm going to stop on a positive note.
Yeah, let's do
I love
that.
the product. It's a good
Love it.
product.
And we're out, guys. Tuesday, 1.
Until next time.
See us.
See? Wait.
Not yet.
Evan, he wasn't going to ship out to me on Monday if it wasn't for this.
You gotta be active, man. Don't ever count the hop log out of okay.
Try me.
It's try him. Try, dude. Dude, we went the whole episode without a hoplark plug, and there it was, bro. It's good stuff, Ryan. If you haven't tried it, I'm ashamed.
No, it's good, dude.
It's pretty good damn stuff.
It's
Just like
really
this
good.
stuff. Pesky Bug. We're out, guys. Have a good night.
See ya.